It was a rainy evening when young Max arrived at the orphanage, clutching a small suitcase. The building loomed over him, casting dark shadows as he nervously stepped inside. As he was shown around, Max couldn't help but notice the stares from a group of older boys. They exchanged smirks and whispers, making him feel instantly unwelcome. That first night was rough. In the crowded dorm, Max barely settled in when the other boys started tossing things at him, muffling their laughs, making him feel like he didn't belong. The next morning in the dining hall, Max shuffled in quietly. But just as he reached for his food, a boy shoved him, causing him to spill his plate. The room filled with laughter as Max's face flushed with embarrassment. On the walk to school, Max trailed behind the group, feeling utterly alone. The other boys glanced back, snickering, while he kept his head down, just hoping the day would get better. During recess, as Max sat alone, a young girl named Lily came over and offered him half of her sandwich. Her kindness warmed his heart, and for the first time, he felt a glimmer of hope. After school, though, the bullies pulled a cruel prank. When Max opened his bag, he found his few belongings ruined, covered in mud. He tried to clean up, holding back tears, feeling more defeated than ever. Ms. Linda, the orphanage caretaker, noticed his struggles. She took Max aside, offering gentle words of encouragement and reminding him that kindness would be his strength. With newfound determination, Max threw himself into his studies and drawing, finding moments of joy and escape despite his challenges. One day, when the bullies targeted Lily, Max finally found his voice. He stood up to them, his voice shaky but firm, telling them to leave her alone. Infuriated by his courage, Kevin, the lead bully, ripped Max's only good shirt in front of everyone, trying to humiliate him. Max felt the sting of embarrassment, but held his ground. That night, Max climbed to the rooftop, looking up at the stars. Under the vast sky, he gathered the strength to keep fighting, vowing to stay strong for himself and Lily. Slowly, Max's kindness began to inspire others. Younger kids started seeking his help, forming a small group that looked up to him. Kevin noticed Max's growing popularity and grew frustrated. His usual taunts were losing power as others ignored him, drawn instead to Max's warmth. Watching from afar, Kevin began to feel a pang of envy and regret. He realized that while he had control, he'd never had real respect like Max. One evening, Kevin approached Max awkwardly, finally admitting his jealousy. He asked for forgiveness, surprising Max, who took a moment before nodding and offering his hand. With a handshake, they left the bitterness behind. The other children watched, moved by the transformation, as a quiet unity began to take shape. The orphanage gradually became a place of friendship. Max, Kevin, and the others shared laughter, and together they became a true family. Ms. Linda praised Max's courage and kindness, encouraging all the children to remember these values as they grew, reminding them how much good one kind heart can bring. And so, with friends by his side and a hopeful heart, Max looked toward the future. As he stepped outside, the sun rose, casting a warm glow on a new beginning.